Hi, how are you, my students? How are you today? I'm sure you have been fine and you are ready for class. I am Mr. Dakori Muloyi. This morning I'll be taking you adjectives. And I want to appeal to you before I start the class to sit down quietly, get your writing materials, and be ready to learn. This morning, it promises to be fun and educative. So I want to appeal to you, sit down quietly, get your writing material, and let's go along in the class. Remember I said today we are taking adjectives, and I will try and be interactive as possible. So feel free, open up your mind, and let's learn. The first is to see the lesson objectives. And the one I said here, at the end of my class, you should be able to define adjectives. You should be able to tell me what adjectives are. You should also be able to list and explain types of adjectives. You should be able to list and explain the types. Number 3, you should be able to use adjectives to form meaningful sentences. With your knowledge at the end of the class, you should be able to form meaningful sentences with adjectives. Number 4, you should be able to identify adjectives easily in sentences. You should be able to identify adjectives. And lastly, you should be able to use types of adjectives in sentences easily. You should be able to identify and use them in, when you say an adjective, you should be able to state the type and use them easily in sentences. Before I go to the content for today, let's do the correction of our last assignment. In last class, we considered active and passive voice, and I gave out this assignment. Number 1, I said, she does not cook food. She does not cook food. That's an habit. Something she doesn't do. Something is simple present tense form. With this does, we have is not here, working. Is not. So it becomes food is not cooked by her. That means she's not used to cooking food. Then Peter gave me flowers on my birthday. See the verb. Give me flower on my birthday. It becomes I was given. When I said past tense, we take was. I was given flower by Peter on my birthday. Or you say on my birthday. I was given flower by Peter. I told you, you change the verb in the active from from gave, it becomes was given. I told you, you attach was with the past participle of the verb. Then you are waiting, ing, you are waiting for your friend. It has become your friend is being waited for by you, your friend. You can see it here. Your friend is being waited for by you. The ing is repeating itself like I used to say in the bin here. Then the children have broken the window pan. The children have broken the window pan. It becomes I've broken here, we'll come back and play here. It becomes the window pan as singular has been broken by the children. And lastly, I shall have my car sold. I shall have my car sold. Shall have becomes shall have been sold. My car shall have been sold by me. My car shall have been sold by me. So let's try and note this correction. Score yourself over 5. Note your correction and be more familiar with the rules moving forward. Let's do a brief revision of last class. Last class I said a passive voice occurs when it should be active here. Active occurs when the subject is the doer of the action. The subject is the doer of the action, like you have it here. The subject is the doer of the action. Then a passive voice occurs when the subject is played upon by the verb. That is the subject and the object, they interchange position. the subject switches to the object form, object position, then the object to the subject position. They interchange, but it doesn't mean that the action is being performed by the object. It is still being performed by the subject, just that the subject is being acted on. It's being acted on. Let's move to today's lesson because of our time. An adjective, like we all know and were taught in our lower classes, modifies or qualifies a noun or a pronoun by giving descriptive specific details. Adjective add descriptive and specific details to nouns and pronouns. In short, I'll say they are words that describe nouns or pronouns. They describe nouns or pronouns. Adjective answers questions like what kind? I have a red pen. What kind of pen? Red. Which one? I have the brown envelope. Which one? The brown envelope. How many? I have 10 rulers. How many? 10 rulers. They answer the following questions because they describe and give specific details. And like I said, they can be used to describe color. Blue, red, brown, green. These are colors. And they're adjectives. They describe things. Describe your opinion. Good, a good idea, describing idea. The right step, describing step. I'm an happy man, describing me as being happy. Funny is a funny being. These are adjectives describing opinion. The size, big, small, long, short. These are adjectives describing things. Then age, old, young, an old man, a young man. All these are adjectives describing things in their different forms. Then shape, it can be round, it can be rectangular, it can be triangular, it can be square. If I tell you we have a triangular football field, that means our field is triangular in form. Triangular there is describing field. Then adjectives are used to describe origin also. A German, a Nigerian bag, an American soldier. Then to describe materials, glass cup, describing cup, metal bottle, describing bottle. Then describe distance, long journey, short journey, it is far, it is near. So these are adjectives in their different forms. Then temperature can tell if something is cold, warm, hot, or cool. They can also describe time, early, late. All these are adjectives in their different forms. Just like nouns, they predicate things. They can follow predicates. That is, they come after verbs and their components. They often comes after verbs, like I've said. The verb here is was. The verb here is became. The verb here is old. They predicate verbs. They come after verbs. And at times they do come before verbs. In the case of the old man is here. What's the adjective here? Anybody who can tell me? Adjective. Tolu? Good. Old. Old is. So they can also come before verb. And mind the verb here is. Let's see types of adjectives. Then we'll pick them up to discuss them one by one. Types. The first thing is the qualitative or descriptive adjectives. They are adjectives that qualify or describe. We'll pick it up one by one to discuss. Then we have the proper adjectives. We have the limiting or demonstrative adjectives. We have the interrogative adjectives. We have the coordinate adjectives. We have the compound adjectives. We have the determiners as adjectives. When you use article D, the boy. Which one? The boy. That's the determiner working as adjectives. Then we have comparative and superlative adjectives. And then you have your big, bigger, biggest, long, longer, longest. All this, that's one bad one we do say. Then we say good, gooder, goodest. But we all know that it's not good, gooder, goodest, but it is what? Good, better, best. So let's go on to discuss them one by one. When an adjective is qualitative or descriptive in nature, such an adjective is describing a thing or adding quality, telling the quality of a thing. When I tell you we have a brown dog, brown, that's a description of our dog, the description. A big house, describing our house, qualifying our house. Tall girl, that's quality. Excellent result, quality. So when adjectives describe things or show the quality of things, they are descriptive or qualitative in nature. Then the proper adjectives, they are more or less proper nouns. Yes, let me use the word proper nouns. They are formed from proper nouns. And they start with capital letter. When I tell you Chinese rice, Chinese rice. Chinese here is an adjective describing the noun rice. ADJ, adjectives. Telling the kind of rice, the Chinese rice. French here, French class, describing class. French here is describing class. Then Spanish. Spanish as an adjective here is describing food, telling the kind of food. Then European car, European, an adjective, a proper one, describing the noun car. So when an adjective is proper in form, such an adjective is derived from a proper noun. They are not nouns in its real sense. They are adjectives used as proper adjectives because they are derived from nouns. Then we have the limiting or demonstrative. These ones are 4 in nature. Let me erase this mistake. There are 4 in nature. We have these trees. It should be these trees. We have, I call them this, that, those, and these. These, that, those, and these. There are 4. That car. And this one talks about something that. Something, when you say that, it means something singular and far. Singular and far. Then this is also singular. Singular. And near. This, like very close to you, this table. Then plural, tree, this, trees, plural, and near, like they are very close to you here. And lastly, this indicates something plural and what? And far. Those books are not mine. So there are 4 in number, note them. We have that, this, and those. Those are demonstrative, or we call them limiting adjectives. Then we have the interrogative adjectives. They are used to ask questions. They are used in ask. I call them WH adjectives. You can see them. WH adjectives. WH. You can see even this one has WH in it. WH adjectives. Whose book is this? Which way shall we go? How can we solve the question? You can see it here. How can we solve the question? They are used to ask questions. They are used to ask questions, and I call them WH adjectives. WH adjectives. WH adjectives. Then we have the coordinate adjectives. Coordinate. This one consists of 2 or more adjectives separated by a comma. Do I call them adjectival phrase? Yes, I can refer to them as adjectival phrase. Thank God you are familiar with what a phrase is. It's more than one. Usually 2 or more words that qualify a thing. When I say a cold, raining day, a cold, raining day, cold, raining, like I have here, describing day, a bright, shiny car. If I bought an Italian leather bag. These are coordinative or coordinate adjectives are describing bag. Then we have the compound adjectives. When a word is compound, like a word that is compound consists of 2 or more words. 2 or more words, like headmaster, head and master, like father-in-law, like school children, school and children. So let's see examples of compound adjectives. We have this 19th century novel. 19th century novel. I can have big headed man, cold-blooded mother. These are compound adjectives. We have 2 or more words forming them. Then I have determinants working as adjectives. You all know what determinants are. Determinants are your A and your articles. A and your article D, article some, and some other words can work as determinants. They come in front of the noun. Some pronouns even work, like see what I have here, articles here. You say the man, an apple. These are called adjectives of number. 1, the man, an apple, article A. Then possessive pronouns can work as adjectives. Possessive pronouns. How do they do that? My cup. My ear is no longer working as a pronoun, but as an adjective qualifying cup. The relative pronouns can also work as adjective in the sense that whose book was stolen. Whose is no longer a pronoun, but then I can have this also, this book. This book will be working as a determiner, as an adjective. Then indefinite pronouns, anybody, each person, other people, some books. This can also work as adjectives. Then cardinal, so this one's rarely for number. 1 pen, 3 pen, they qualify pen, 4 bicycles and the likes. Then these ones are used in position form, first position, second position, and the likes. Then some proper nouns can work as adjectives. Let me give you examples of proper nouns that can work as adjectives. When proper nouns can work as adjective, let's see how they do it. When I tell you, I have Deborah's bag. I have Deborah's bag. I like this for you. I have Bobby's bag. Bobby here is qualifying bag as a noun. So this becomes an adjective. So it's a deep concept that you have to really apply well. In short, most words that when words comes before nouns, those words are strictly adjectival in form because they describe the nouns. Like we have here, Bobby's bag. Then in the superlative and comparative form, that is when they compare adjectives. They are compared. And here, to lead me to this, you have stuff like short, shorter, shorter than, bloody, successful, more successful. All these are adjectives in their comparative and superlative form. Because of my time, let's move on to this important part that I cannot skip. We have two ways we compare adjectives. Two ways. The first one is regular. Second one is the irregular. In the regular, we form the comparative and superlative adjectives by adding er as it to form the comparative and superlative form. We add er. But you can see examples here. Long, longer, longest. We add er. Then at times we add more also, more or most. We have most successful, most expensive, more expensive. Then for the irregular, they do not take er. They are formed specially. They do not take er. These are irregular. We have better, best. We have further, furthest. We have worse, worst. Better, best. Least, less least. More, more. So we can see the way they are formed. This should not be here. This one should not be here. It's a mistake from the writer. So these ones are formed anyhow, unlike this, where we have er, est, or we use more and most to form their comparative and superlative. But these ones, they are formed anyhow, not by adding this, not by adding this, not by adding this. In conclusion, I said adjectives qualify nouns and pronouns. Then they can be in number, they can be in shape, they can be in color. And lastly, they can be positive, comparative, and superlative in form. You can compare. You can have long, longer, longest. You can have good, better, best. You can have well, better, best. So let's try and note all these things about adjectives. And lastly, before we go, these assignments will be treated in the next class. So go home, identify the adjectives in the following sentences. Identify the adjectives. Let me do the one for you as bonus. The adjective in number 1, who can tell me before I close the class? Try using the paint in art class. Tolu? Note, I'm not calling Tolu again. Let me call Bingpe now. Bingpe. Good, you're right. The adjective here is art. Art here, qualifying the noun class. Noun class. Before we see again, let me say this. Take your time to go through the types of adjectives again and examples. Study them very well. It will make you better. And do my assignments on your own. Don't copy a friend or don't check the internet. Try and do this on your own so that you can learn. And after my class, you can do more research on this topic. Thank you for listening. God bless you. See you again in the next class.